Hey guys, welcome back to another one. This is Crypto Elite. In today's video, I have three news stories for you. The first one has to do with Celsius. There was a brand new ruling that just came out. The second one has to do with Ethereum and what we have to look forward to in 2023. And the last one, I did have to mention it. I wasn't sure if I was going to talk about it, but there is a brand new meme coin going absolutely bonkers right now, and we will talk about that one. So before we dig into that, let's talk about the portfolio and another reason why I like Bitcoin. As you can see here is the overall Bitcoin chart, but what we can see on the bottom half is the inflation rate of Bitcoin for the supply. As of right now, due to the halving schedule, we're at 1.73% inflation. With the next halving that's going to happen very, very soon in 2024 approximately, the inflation rate is going to drop down below that of gold's, which is approximately 1.6, depending on how much gold they find and they're able to mine. But Bitcoin is going to be below that of gold, which is fantastic. It's going to be one of the most hard, if not the most hard asset in the world. So that is why I am actually a huge fan of Bitcoin. And as you can see with the overall portfolio, I am continuing to average in, and I'm at about 10,300, just shy of that right now. And I still have Bitcoin, Ethereum, and Cardano. I'm looking at adding another asset to this very soon. And if I do, I'll make a video to let everyone know. So that's the overall portfolio update. Now let's dig into those three stories. Like I said, the first one has to do with Celsius, and I was a bit bummed out when I heard this one. So the US judge says Celsius Network owns most customer crypto deposits. So yes, myself, I did deposit a little bit of crypto onto Celsius, and it wasn't anything that broke the bank, but I still want my crypto back because the way it was explained to me from every video that I watched was this is your money that we're just lending out to other institutions and other businesses, and it is your money. But it turns out, if you read the terms of service, it was not your money. And that's basically what the judge ruled today, Wednesday at least, that it was not your money. Indeed, as soon as you deposited your money over to Celsius, it became Celsius's money for them to lend out. And that is very unfortunate to hear, and we'll talk about that. So as I said, a U.S. bankruptcy judge ruled on Wednesday that Celsius Network owns most of the crypto that customers deposited onto its platform. And that will affect about 600,000 accounts. So over 500,000 people deposited money onto Celsius and have their money locked up. And it was valued at approximately $4.2 billion, which is a huge amount. And I'm pretty sure that's why no companies are jumping to buy out Celsius, just because of how much money is locked up and how much money is owed. Whereas Voyager, you can see there's a lot of different companies trying to buy all of Voyager's assets who had something very similar to Celsius. But Celsius has a big hole that I don't think they'll fill. And essentially what that means is the earned customers, which is most customers who, if you deposited a little bit of USDC, let's say, at one point in time, you could earn as much as 8 to 9% APY on that. So they'll be treated as unsecured creditors in Celsius's bankruptcy, and they will be last in line for repayments after Celsius repays higher priority debts. So it probably will be another couple of years, maybe even a decade before, if you're an earned customer like myself, we could potentially see any of our crypto or any of our money coming back to us. And the ruling does not mean that earned customers will get nothing in bankruptcy case. We might get some, we might get all, we don't know yet, but it does not stop further challenges to Celsius' ownership of the crypto deposits. So that is kind of what we have to look forward to. So that's the first story that I wanted to talk about. The next one has to do with Ethereum, and this is all the big things that are happening in 2023. We have to look forward to a couple big items. As long as they don't get delayed, this could all happen in 2023. And that is staked Ethereum withdrawals are coming very soon. And it's something, as we know, it's called the Shanghai update, and it might happen as soon as March. Now, if you have money deposited into Ethereum, not everyone will be able to withdraw their money at the same time. There is going to be a schedule, and I think we'll get more news about that in the future, but it could happen as soon as March. So we have to look forward to that. There's also sharding that could happen very soon on Ethereum, and it's a method that splits up the network across several chains or shards, and it makes the blockchain more scalable, so it can increase that transaction per second from where are we, about 15 for Ethereum to maybe up to, I've seen some estimates up to like 100,000, depending on how well they make this sharding work. And essentially, like this last highlight says, it allows Ethereum to process more data. And then the last thing is dealing with Ethereum censorship problem and centralization. So if you haven't heard of it, but the U.S. Treasury's Office of Foreign Asset Controller, OFAC, they did slam some regulation onto Ethereum. And right now, about 65 to 70% of the Ethereum blocks are following that censorship, if you want to call it that. And most of it has to do with Tornado Cash and these mixers, where if you were to steal, let's say, crypto, put it in this mixer, you would get more or less clean crypto on the other side. So it's one way of thinking about money laundering, if you will. So these the OFAC compliant blocks do not allow the Tornado Cash Ethereum or crypto to be allowed or processed via Ethereum. So that is the third thing. And the last thing, there is going to be a lot of cool events, a lot of conventions with Ethereum. So the last thing I want to talk about is the new crypto on Solana that is going bonkers, like I said, and it's called Bonk. It's up about 2,500%, which is absolutely insane. It's crushing it right now. Here's the 1 day chart. It's up 200%. And as you zoom out, you can just see it's exponentially rising, which is pretty insane. And guys, I do just want to say, of course, it's going to be a pump and then a dump at the end of this. So I would highly not recommend to invest any money in this whatsoever, unless you just want to have fun real quick. But it's making the news because it's one of the few meme coins, it's a dog coin of course, that is rocketing to the moon. But outside of that, I would highly recommend not touching this as long as you can. But with that being said, the overall market is very, very turbulent. I'm taking the time, as you know, to purchase crypto every day. If you're interested in following along with what I'm purchasing and my other portfolio where I'm buying cryptos that are going to at least 5 to 10x in the next bull cycle, follow along on my Patreon, link in the description below. If not, a like and subscribe on the YouTube channel would mean a lot, and I'll see you on the next one.